Alrighty, well, we're at Barb's yard. The treatment-free yard has collapsed. What's going on is, well, we haven't treated this yard, for one. It lasted about a year, and I could bring it back without a chemical treatment, with drone broods. But anyway, what's happening is the mites have built up so much that they won't let the queen lay, and then they kick her out of the hive, and you're getting these little swarms. See, now I know why they quit making honey when they get bad mites. It's not because they're dying of virus, they're just swarming off. And they don't hang from a tree either, they just poof, they're gone. And then once they do that, they leave emergency cells. They're not even queen cells, they're just emergency cells. Well, I guess they're queen cells, but they're not swarm cells per se. They're emergency cells. And the way they're chewed off on the side would suggest that they died of black queen cell virus. So, in theory, if they did requeen, they would get a brood break, but most of the time they're not doing that. They're just going queenless. So, what we did is we're going to go ahead and treat everything. I took all the brood out of some of these hives. This one was already broodless, so we're just treating that with oleic acid. This one has brood. I put all the brood up here. Over here's all brood. I put the chemical treatment here. These are just getting oleic acid because they don't have no brood. I got to split all these anyway because Barb went and bought a bunch of new boxes. She's got a bunch more behind the barn too. We got to get bees, and she wants to have 12 here, I guess, something like that. So we're gonna split them anyway. This yard gets that knotweed flow in August. That purple honey, it's black in a jar, but so that's pretty much the goal now, is just to build them up for that August flow, get that black honey in the jar. Do an oleic acid treatment. When you stick that in there, all the bees will like shoot off to one side and they'll cluster real tight. So if you move that wand around, see, now they're all going that way. You get a lot more effective treatment. Just blast it in there, they just tighten up around it. You don't get. That's why you got to go back and do it. But if you move that around a little bit and let it slowly cook in there, you get a lot better kill. We got a comb honey super on that one. This is their second treatment. So let's take these off. We'll put them down here. I want to put an entrance reducer in there too, so I can see how many mites come off those Apivar strips. Should be interesting. So I'll flip the queen excluder or the entrance reducer upside down. The mites should collect in there. There's still bees in there. kind of hard to tell if there's dead mites or not. Kind of hard to tell. Kind of small, but once all that brood hatches, they should be able to brood up. I'm just gonna leave them in singles for now. Or should I give them maybe I should give them a deep or a medium so they can build up into it. Got some beautiful, these are F2s. F2 Latchaw, they're black with the ace of spades. Stick it like that, I guess. Once that brood hatches, I should be able to get that apple bar out of there. I don't need to leave it in there a long time, I don't think. I don't know, we'll see. I gotta pull it out before we start making honey. I got a couple more nukes I'm going to bring in here too. Got my smoker. Andy Oliver says when they're attacking you like that, just bend over. And it actually works pretty good. You just bend over. Because the bees attack the high spots, so when they're attacking you like that, you just bend over. They start attacking your shoulders, and that gives you time to get the your hood up, you know. Get these guys 100% clean. I just took all the honey out, somewhere around 250 pounds. Barb's so happy, she's really happy. Pretty nice harvest for her. Who the heck's all the doggone bottom? Oh, they're really kicking out of there, aren't they? Wow. They might start making honey. I don't know why I gave that one a deep and a medium. Well, they're just kicking out all right off the front door, ain't they? They're getting coated though. Let's see, what else are we gonna do here? This would be a good yard doing beet classes then if I ever decide to do that. It's gonna be a nice yard. Well, we gotta get it all up and running. Kind of worried that if I put too many bees in here, they won't make a good super honey, but I don't know. I guess the only way we're going to find out is by actually putting them in there, right? Yeah, maybe we can run here. I don't know. 3 hives made 250 pounds of honey. And that's after I split them and everything. I mean, they did really good. It's a good honey yard. No doubt about that. Cook, cook, cook. Yeah, I don't know about that hive. I almost need to just set that one on top of that one for a while. Yeah, I've tried that hive there. I've tried numerous times to re-queen. It just comes to a point where you're better off just combining them and then splitting them again in like a week or so. That's probably what I should have done. I don't know. I gave them a frame of brood. And maybe there's just too many mites in it. I don't know. That could be it. I learned a lot by letting this yard go. I understand exactly what goes on now. Shame we lost most of those queens. There were some good queens. They were really productive. No, we've got some beautiful latchaws in there now. This one here gave up the most honey. I took all the brood out of it now. It's just, well, I'm sure there's eggs in there by now, hopefully. I'm gonna give it one more good treatment of malic acid. You got more boxes around that way. Let's go take a look. She must have put them back in the shed or something. I couldn't find them. She's got more somewhere. battery's getting old or something. Taking about twice as long as it should. Maybe this ain't fully charged. I got a plunger for my gas valve. I got one of those plungers for the oleic acid. I should be able to convert it onto my gas valve, so I can just use a plunger. That way I got two of them I can use. Move it around, that way the bees keep moving around. They probably cleared out all the bottom. It'd be interesting to see how many mites drop. But they probably cleaned them out by now. They don't leave them in there. But this yard, I can compare it with the other yards. The other yards I've been doing drone removal. 70% of the mites are in a drone, so when you take out the drones, you take out the mites. And so far, it's been working really good, actually. I'd say it's as good, if not better, than a chemical treatment. I'm going to still do a chemical treatment in August, but I think seeing that these bees haven't had a chemical treatment, I think they'll respond to it rather well. You keep hitting them with chemical, you're supposed to mix it up. So if I mixed up with the drone brood removal without a chemical, it should be a pretty good treatment. I went through sampling everything. I mean, most of them are washing zeros. I'd say you have to wash like 1,000 bees right now to find a mite. Most of them. Some of them had mites. I went ahead and treated them. But you can tell which ones are struggling, which ones aren't. Another thing too, I noticed there wasn't no drone brood in these hives. So you start seeing no drone brood, that's a sign that there's a virus problem and a mite problem. Next thing you're going to get is these swarms or abscons or whatever you call them, and then they're going to probably fail to requeen, and that's what crashes it. It's different in the fall. In the fall, they just take off and they leave the queen and a small small doomed clusters left behind in the fall. It's totally different than the summer collapse. Summer collapse, the queen goes, they try to requeen. In the fall, the queen stays behind. It's different. But if you don't get them cleaned up in August, by mid-August, chances are they're just gonna collapse. And the first cold snap generally, first time it starts getting chilly in October, November, they will. There won't be no bees. It'll just be a small little doom cluster in there. It takes generations to get rid of these viruses. So basically, we use oleic acid treatment. Most of these, I got Apivar and some of them, but these should be good to make honey. But they're gonna brood up now, so they probably won't make much honey brooding up like that. It takes a lot of honey and a lot of pollen, which they don't have much of it. It's been raining so much. I'm this close to dropping pound sub. In fact, I have dropped pound sub at my house. I got all the bees at my house under treatment right now. I'm getting ready to split them all. I'm gonna throw all the nukes. We gotta rebuild our nuke battery. That's what we're working towards right now. So anything that's got a lot of mites, we're gonna go ahead and just throw it in a nuke battery and treat, and then anything else we're going to hold off for a month and treat. The goal is to have 10 big units, 10 big triples in every yard. If I have 10 big triples in every yard, those never collapse. They always make it. And they're always huge coming out of winter, and you can work with them. And that's enough to rebuild all my honey yards. If I have 10 big ones each yard, that's plenty. If I don't, I just concentrate on 10 big ones every yard, and the rest of them I could just shake out on the ground. Or if they die, whatever, it don't matter. Because that 10 is all I need in each yard. There's no point in feeding a bunch of little ones through winter, not with the price of sugar. Just feed the big ones. Feed the big ones. Well, you know what? I put an apple bar in that one, didn't I? I forget if I put a strip in that one or not. Gotta hold your breath when you do that. That's a doer. It's gonna be a pretty nice yard. Barb broke her hand. She had her mother-in-law she's taking care of this year, so she wasn't able to do her garden like usual. She normally is selling and doing a huge garden. She's got a big one out back, but she is not feeling up to it this year. I don't blame her. I mean, why would sometimes you just can't do everything. But we tend to overwork ourselves. A lot of us do. But, we gotta work for our families, leave a future for our kids and stuff. So that's what I'm working for, so I can leave my kids something, my grandkids something. I want to get my granddaughter a charter boat. I'm gonna get her a $500,000 charter boat. She likes to fish so much, she can just fish every day. So it'll be good. But, alrighty, well, I guess that's enough rambling. That's what we're up to. Hope you guys understand what I was trying to tell you. I don't know if you do or not, but leave a comment.